Today I'm going to be answering 9 intimate questions reflecting upon 2021 while looking forward to the hopes and the dreams for 2022. This is actually a tag video that was created several years ago by the beautiful Susan, who has the wonderful channel Little Poet. I have had the joy and the pleasure to follow Susan's channel for the past several years. Always an inspiration. I will link Susan's video and her channel in the description box below. So after you watch my video, please make sure and go and say hello to Susan and give her my love. So if you are a creator, consider yourself tagged. I love watching these videos. And if you are a viewer, I really invite and encourage you to answer any or all of these questions. I think it's a really great way for us to support each other and to get to know each other. Question number 1, and I am going to be wearing my glasses today because I do have some notes and I have the list of questions. Question number 1, rate 2021 on a scale of 1 to 10. Last year I rated 2020 a score of 3.5. We all know 2020 was a really hard year for so many people. Between the pandemic and the lockdown, it was a hard year. 2021 continues to be a challenging year for many of us. I'm actually giving 2021 a 5. Now, I've already shared some of the difficulties and stressors that I experienced in 2021 in a life update video that I posted a couple of months ago. So rather than rehash everything I said in the life update video, I will link that life update video in the description box below. But one thing I haven't mentioned till now, because it's very personal and I really needed to get a little bit more on the other side of it, but really had an impact on how I'm rating 2021, is I had a very special long-term romantic relationship that came to an end in the spring of 2021. So that really colored the entire year, both leading up to the end of that relationship and for many, many months afterwards. Now, out of respect for my ex, I'm not going into any details. Nothing dramatic, just two people who really care about each other, but somehow just weren't quite right for a lifetime commitment. It was a really hard and sad time for both of us for a very, very long time. But I think we've both come out on the other side. We care about each other. We remain friends. But it really did make 2021 a very, very difficult year. And that is why I am only giving 2021 a 5. Question number 2. Definitely my niece's wedding last spring. It was the first time our extended family had been able to gather for a super long time. It was a beautiful outdoor country wedding. The setting was absolutely gorgeous. This man had sort of renovated this old farm, renovated barns, one for stage, one for dining, created these beautiful wooded garden settings. It was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. It was an afternoon wedding at the end of May. It was an outdoor wedding. And believe me, it is really risky to plan an outdoor wedding in Minnesota at the end of May. There was a plan B because there were a couple of barns, but luckily and miraculously, the day she got married was the only sunny, warm day that we had for like a 2-week period. It was just so much fun. Some of the younger people camped outdoors in tents. I stayed in a really sweet local farmhouse. I had so much fun doing my niece's bridal makeup and her sister's matron of honor makeup. Anyway, it was a beautiful day, a lovely wedding, and it absolutely is one of my very favorite memories of 2021. Question number 3. Did I change as a person in 2021? Absolutely. You know, I've already said it was a difficult and challenging year, and out of challenges come transformation. At the beginning of the year, I completely thought I was going to be a career woman for several more years and live happily ever after with my boyfriend. Instead, I ended the year as a retired 62-year-old single lady with a whole new set of hopes and dreams. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Question number 4. What was my favorite video that I posted in 2021? Without a doubt, absolutely, it was the garden tour video that I posted last summer. You know, YouTube experts recommend that we creators stay within our niche. And in my case, my niche is mature beauty, which I love. Makeup, skincare, health and wellness. I have a passion for all those topics. But last summer, I was getting ready to do a video. I had done the research, I had my makeup on, I sat down at my desk, and I just wasn't feeling it. I had zero inspiration, and it's really hard to make a video when you're not feeling inspired. I had recently seen that Angie had posted her garden tour video, so I thought, So I had added it to sort of my video list of videos I may do in the future, but I knew that I wanted to get my garden in shape first, you know, update the weeding and the pruning and just make it look as pretty as possible. So it was sort of on the back burner at that point. But that day I really needed a video. And like I said, I was really not inspired by the topic I had chosen. I don't even remember what the topic was. So as I sat at my desk, looking out at my garden, I said, the heck with perfection. And I grabbed Bosley and I grabbed my camera, and Bosley and I took you on a tour of my garden. I felt so much joy making that video and sharing my garden with you. And you know what? You loved it too. You know, I don't very often rewatch older videos once they've been posted. I'm on to the next video. But my garden tour video is one video I have really enjoyed watching multiple times, especially this time of year, the cold, snowy months in January where winter seems like forever. I'll turn on that video and visit my summertime garden in all of its imperfection, and it truly, truly brings me joy. And it really reminds me that spring is right around the corner. Question number 5. Name 1 or 2 products that blew me away in 2021. You know, I have already done several best of 2021 videos. I've talked about skincare and makeup and eyeshadows. So I was sort of like, what can I talk about in this video that I haven't already talked about? Well, I do have 2 things that somehow did not make it into any of those previous videos that I absolutely love and that truly blew me away. And these are makeup brushes. You know, as much as I love my high-end brushes, I love my BK Beauty brushes, I love my Angie Hot and Flashy brushes, and I love my rougher brushes, all wonderful brushes that I use on a daily basis. But in 2021, I bought 2 amazing brushes at the drugstore that 100% blew me away. One of them is the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. I stumbled upon this because I was preparing to do a cream blush video. And I purchased the e.l.f. Putty Cream Blush. And right next to it was this e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator, and it looked like the perfect tool to apply the cream blush. So I picked it up, brought it home. It is very dense, but extremely soft. Absolutely ideal and perfect for applying and blending cream blush, cream bronzer, even foundation. $6. I loved it so much, I purchased a second one, so I have 2 of these. I use it on a regular basis. It's a fabulous brush, and it absolutely blew me away. The other very affordable makeup brush that 100% blew me away is the Wet n Wild Blending Brush, eyeshadow fluffy blending brush. Extremely soft, extremely fluffy, a really nice size. It's perfect for applying, blending eyeshadow. 99 cents. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This is a really high quality brush. I love the white color because it's easy for me to find. I use it on a regular basis. I definitely am going to pick up a couple of more of these. So, Wet n Wild Fluffy Blending Eyeshadow Brush for 99 cents completely and absolutely blew me away. Question number 6. What creator inspired me the most in 2021? Normally this is a really difficult question to answer because I am inspired by so many different creators. This year, however, the answer is easy. Without a doubt, it is Erica Vieira's YouTube channel. Basically, it's a how-to YouTube channel for women. You know, over the past 5 years, I've watched I can't even count how many how-to YouTube channels and videos, because even before I started my channel, I was watching a lot of videos of this nature because I really wanted to start a channel for several years before I actually bit the bullet, jumped the gun, and jumped in. At any rate, I've seen many how-to YouTube channels and videos, but Erica's channel really got me. But what really drew me in is Erica has this series called the YouTube Power Hour. I think she actually started it as a podcast and then she brought it to her YouTube channel. This is a series of interviews with really successful female YouTube creators, very in-depth interviews, 45 minutes to 60 minutes long. Erica has done some really fascinating interviews with some of my favorite creators: Elle Leary, Lisa J, Stephanie Marie, Erin Busby. She recently interviewed Kimberly from Pretty Over 50, and yes, she even interviewed Angie Hot and Flashy. Whether you are a creator or not, it's a really fun way to get to know some of these YouTubers that we love so much. But watching as a YouTube creator, someone who is really just trying to understand this crazy world of YouTube, I found those interviews very educational and highly inspirational. You know, even before I started my channel, I just had I wished there was a school, a class, how to YouTube. You know, there's a lot of videos, but I had not heard of any schools or classes. So when I started my channel, it was self-taught just based on watching different YouTube videos. So when I discovered that Erica does in fact have a class work framework, a YouTube school, boot camp for women, I immediately signed up, and it is the best investment in my channel that I have made. Participating in Erica's boot camp was transformative. Fabulous information, access to a Facebook support group where you could ask a question of other creators. What do you think of this title? What do you think of this video? Twice a month group coaching calls. Again, a really good community with really good information. I'm not going to go on and on about this boot camp because if you don't have a channel, you're probably not going to be very interested in it. Long story short, finding Erica Vieira's YouTube channel and investing my time, energy, and resources into her boot camp for women was one of the most educational, supportive, inspirational, and transformational discoveries and investments that I made for myself in 2021. Question number 7. Funniest, strangest, meanest comment that I received in 2021. You know, in the year 2020, I really did not receive yet any nasty or mean comments. So in last year's tag video, I shared a funny comment. This year, I forgot to save a funny comment to share in this video. And truly, to this day, the majority of the comments that I receive on my videos are lovely, supportive, kind, encouraging, and I appreciate all of your support more than I can possibly say. But as my channel has grown, so have the nasty and mean comments. Luckily, I am developing a pretty thick skin. Most of the negative comments that I receive revolve around my gray hair. Some people are generally curious and ask a very polite question, why have I chosen not to dye my hair? And other people are downright nasty. Some of the comments go something like this: why do you bother with your skincare and your makeup, and yet you let your gray hair make you look like an old lady? Like I said, luckily I've developed a thick skin. But I have gotten enough comments about my gray hair and about the seeming contradiction, which I actually understand. So I am going to plan a video in the near future and talk about, anti-aging, gray hair, how does it all work together? Here's the thing. Even though I use the term anti-aging frequently in titles, I am not trying to anti-age myself. I'm not trying to look 40 or even 50. I just want to look and feel the best that I can at my age, which is 62. I made a personal decision not to dye my hair anymore. I support people who dye their hair, each to his own. Anyway, I do want to do a video exploring that topic a little bit further. It's really about personal choice, doing what feels right for you. And instead of anti-aging, I like to think of it as aging gratefully. Question number 8. Proudest accomplishment of 2021. I'm just happy I survived a pretty tough year. Ultimately, I made the huge decision to retire a little bit earlier than I had originally thought. It was a really scary decision, but it was not a difficult decision. I had literally hit the wall, and I knew the only way that I could thrive and not just survive was to take that huge leap of faith into the next chapter of my life. I'm truly excited about Act 3 as a retired 62-year-old single lady. Question number 9, last question. What is one word to describe myself in 2022? 2021, my life was so far out of balance and it caused me so much stress and unhappiness. So my main goal, my word for 2022 is balance. I am really striving for physical, emotional, social, and spiritual balance and peace in 2022. So the word of 2022 for me is balance. All right. That wraps up the 9 questions for 2022. Like I said, I plan to do this video every January as a touchstone. If you are a creator, remember, consider yourself tagged. It's a really fun video to do and to watch. And if you are a viewer, I really do encourage and invite you to answer any or all of these questions in the comment box. I think it's a really great way for us to support each other and to get to know each other. With all that being said, I hope you have a great day. I really look forward to visiting with you in the comments section, and I hope to see you in my video on Sunday. Thank you. Bye.